Do we want lead or no lead in our coffee, City? No lead in our coffee. Ay, godita. Hindi aquí, mi amor. ¿Quién es la modila, mamá? Dándome besito. She's kissing me so much. I love her. So, da para allá. Hello. Well, hello there. Hello there. You know, I was dreaming I was training Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, training. I was not having sex with him. I'm too old to have sex with him. About Cristiano, somebody younger. Besides, I like older men than me. But I was dreaming I was training Cristiano Ronaldo. And because I sleep with City, she woke me up licking my face. I was so angry because then I woke up and I realized I wasn't at the gym training Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes. That was a nice dream, you know, like, can you imagine training Cristiano Ronaldo? Of course, you know. On that topic, let me tell you something. I know a lot of you have asked me, I'm actually a slim person. I am not fat. I just have some boobs. And in order for me not to have boobs, I have to go down to less than 80 pounds, about 80 pounds. And I'm 5'7". So I'm not that short. I'm not that tall, but it's a good height. So I have to keep my weight. I would have to be below, at 100, I would have no boobs, but I have boobs. But I do keep fit. A lot of people have asked me, what do I do? Listen, my dad used to tell me, gather strength, and shape will follow. Don't go to the gym. I'm not a big gym fan. You can do a lot of things at home. The 10,000 steps you can walk. Don't do that. I mean, just be active. Don't do diets. Just change your eating habits. You know, eat a lot more fruit. Don't mix protein with carbohydrates. For example, if you're going to eat a steak, don't eat it with fries. Eat it with salad. You know. Just do exercise, get out there, start walking. You don't have to do 10,000 steps, do push-ups at home, do dips at home. You know, you can do squats at home, do some abs, but don't do more than 15 abs. At least that's what my dad used to tell me. It's always worked for me. What you do, instead of doing up and down abs, add weight, put a weight here and then do the ab, or go up and down slower, you know, that way, because abs are your core muscles. You need strength, you know. The stronger your abs, the less back issues you have. And I have a fractured back. I have a compressed fracture in my T12, L1. They're compressed. So, you know, instead of doing 15, 100, 100, don't just do 15 to 20 max. And what you do is, like, you go slower up, and then before you touch the ground, just stay longer. Then you will feel the tension here, not in your neck. You shouldn't be tensing your neck here. The reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of you have asked me about this, so this is why I'm doing this. And for men, doesn't matter what you look like. If you keep yourself clean, smelling nice, if you do the best, even if you know, bald is not a big deal, you know, as long as you keep your head clean and stuff like that, and you know, you look and smell nice. Look at Prince William, look at Bruce Willis. I mean, we have baldies are hot, except Harry. But anyways, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want to join the channel, more than amazing. But do please help the channel grow. And I appreciate all of you who come back here. Thanks for the super thanks and the PayPal donations. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. I'm going to see if I can put the mic up higher, because many of you still complain that you can't hear me. I hope you can hear me. Well, Chris rocked Meghan Markle's world, and not in a nice way, not in a positive sexual way. And Samantha is suing Meghan's World. I'm sorry if I have the sniffles because I woke up with allergies today. Yes, Chris rocked Meghan's World. And he said it in the most... I think what I liked about Chris Rock when he said, I didn't know, Oprah, I didn't know. This is a woman who's claiming to have studied at Northwestern University, she stated that she had worked at the at the U.S. Embassy in Argentina, pretending to be a government employee, which is fraud. Because it's not even, because why that really is really bad? Because if she had worked at the American Embassy, she would have been a diplomat. If she's an American citizen and she's brought, even if she was archiving, because at the embassies where I've worked, you don't, for security reasons, you don't have interns accessing secure areas. They don't really have interns. And what they do have is, like students who come, but they're giving access, incredibly limited access. But anyways, she's just a woman who claims to have studied or worked at the U.S. Embassy in Argentina, claims to have a non-existent major in international relations at Northwestern University. Northwestern University, they do international relations as a master's program, not as an undergraduate. They do international studies. Anyways, we've covered this extensively. She ran a blog. She lived in Canada. Clearly, she had Twitter. She had Instagram. And you're telling me this woman didn't know how to Google everything I needed to know? I found it from him. That's all I needed to know. Is he nice? That's all I asked after I stalked his Instagram thing. Is he nice? So, of course, So Chris Rock stated perfectly. I think the way we would say it, she didn't know. Of course she knew. Of course she knew. And the depositions are going ahead. And of course they're going to go. Of course they're going to go to the coronation. Harry has no dilemma. This has been put out there. Harry and Meghan have no dilemma. They're putting this out there to make it look like they do have a conscience and everything. And I was watching yesterday, GB News and Angela Levin and this lady, and there was Patrick Christie's, who I love. And he was saying, and the woman was saying, they never said they were racist. Race was never mentioned. I remember Meghan saying race and rude are two separate things. And then when Oprah said it's because of the skin color, and they said, if that is your safe assumption, that is it. I did a video that very same date, and I've talked about this many times, that the reason why both of them were dancing and this had been choreographed is because both of them didn't want to say the word, but it was fully implied. Because pretty much Meghan said the first biracial child, I think she said the first mixed race child, everybody was going on. And now, Henry, it wasn't just the British press. Actually, it was the American press that jumped on it to the point that Oprah Winfrey, the very next day, you felt the need to clarify, to have Oprah Winfrey clarify that it wasn't the Queen nor Prince Philip who'd done that, who'd said that. Why would you need to clarify an innocent comment? Why didn't you just clarify the comment right then and there? Say they didn't mean anything by it. It wasn't conscious bias. It was just curiosity. Why not? So Chris rocked in that sense because he expressed it how everybody else in the world expressed it. How Oprah Winfrey failed to express it. How Oprah Winfrey failed to prod because Oprah Winfrey knew everything she needed to know about it. Okay? I would have loved for Chris Rock to do like, a little bit more about, now she doesn't remember she has white parents. She has a very white parent, But anyways, but yeah, Chris Rock, Meghan Markle's world, and Samantha Markle is suing her. And then I've heard some people say, well, what's his name? Tyler Perry dropped by Meghan's because he's lending them $20 million because they're absolutely broke, and they're lending it. It was like a mortgage kind of deal. They signed off the house over to Tyler Perry. But how could that be? Isn't Harry worth, because this is another thing many defenders are saying out there, a lot of sugars of the Sussex squad, that even recently, I just saw in GP News this woman defending Harry and Meghan Markle. They're worth $125 million of projects. Yeah, projects. Do you think that if Harry had gotten the $20 million advance, they would look differently? They would be really happy. Do you think that if they got $100 million from Netflix, they would be different? Do you think that if they got the $18 million from Spotify, they would be acting differently? But again, so for you wondering whether Harry and Meghan are going to show up at the coronation, wonder no more. Of course they will. If we go by past behavior, of course they will. They need new material. And King Charles is willing to serve it up on a gold and silver platter. I've had people come say, oh, they're going to cross their I's and their T's and they're going to do this. No. Do you remember that long shot lens that they took of King Charles while he was waiting for the Queen's coffin to arrive to Buckingham Palace? And Meghan and Harry were walking right behind the King. They knew there was a lens. They know. Look how they went and shushed the children. Look how they missed the bus expressly given to them to arrive with the other guests. They purposely arrived late, and then they made a big fuss of where they were going to sit so they could be standing longer because Harry couldn't believe the Queen put him in his place. Whereas King Charles elevated him by making him centerpiece at the Queen's funeral. Okay? Allowing him to wear a military uniform that he has dishonored repeatedly. I mean, how much more does this man have to do? And this is why I'm telling you, please. And you know what's so funny? When I tell you that he hasn't been evicted, that the lease is just simply not renewed. Some people are saying that Eugenie's moving in. Some people are saying that Prince Andrew's moving in. The fact of the matter is, they're still in the monarchy's website, and it states there that Frogmore is their official residence, family home. In spite of the fact that they don't live there. Now, Harry, I talked about this yesterday. Harry said that, unfortunately, I still have links to the family. You don't have to. Look how Meghan is. She's pretty ruthless. She doesn't even see her father. You will not catch Meghan Markle dead seeing her father right now. When her popularity has sunk to the lowest of levels, you will see Meghan Markle make up with her father, and that'll be a big deal about it, how she forgave him for nothing, because he hasn't done anything. She's done things to him. And yet Mr. Markle went everywhere asking forgiveness for what? He never betrayed her secrets. All he did was what Meghan Markle does and what nobody criticizes her for. How come nobody called out, all these woke people called her out for selling out her husband's family, for trashing her own disabled sister? Yet Mr. Markle takes some pictures of himself being fitted for a suit. Oh, the horror! How the shock! He took some pictures wearing suits. This is what Tyler Perry, that fucking moron, is so upset about. Mr. Markle took pictures of his daughter, of himself, being fitted for suits, sitting at an intimate coffee shop. Never once Mr. Markle betrayed her trust. Okay? Never once. But for those pictures, he's been vilified by the likes of Tyler Perry, who's a complete, from what I understand, abusive wanker. If you go by what Monique said, Monique has a big gripe. I really recommend that you watch Monique. And she will tell you how Tyler Perry is. Now, when he needs to clear the room, he goes, just like the masa. It was so funny when Chris Rock was saying about Will Smith, hit him harder, Masa. You missed the spot, Masa. So, I mean, he was unbelievably good. So, and then the very next day, people start trashing him because he criticized he called Jada Pinkett a bitch. And if you look at the definition of a bitch, and I mean, other than being, for example, a female dog, Jada Pinkett, actually, she would be called worse because a bitch is a mild form. She was being polite. Yeah. And Meghan Markle, a race baiter and a liar. Because she is, in my opinion. But she is actually, no, she's been proven to be a liar. She has committed perjury. And many of you said to me, well, Tyler Perry said on the Netflix thing that he would only be a godfather if they did it in the United States. That hasn't been confirmed, and that he wouldn't go to England and blah, blah, blah. Yes. They didn't baptize. If there is a girl, they didn't baptize her in the United Kingdom. They baptized her in the U.S. And Tyler Perry is her godfather. And the reason why he was able to put conditions on it is because he knows Harry and Meghan need him more than he needs them. That's why Tyler Perry put conditions. And Oprah is silent. Or has she been silenced? So yeah. So either Tyler Perry lent them $20 million against the house that they don't own in Montecito because it's heavily mortgaged, or, excuse me, they were having talk crisis. But my sources tell me that Meghan Markle is pretty pissed, that she feels abused. He feels that it wasn't very nice of Chris Rock to do what he did and talked about her, because of course she didn't Google the royal family. She didn't need to Google the royal family. This woman has been stalking the royal family forever. So, spoiler alert, they will be coming to the coronation. Just like I said, they would come back for the Commonwealth thing. Just when I said they would come back for the Queen's funeral. And I mean, all of you, when I said that they would come back for the Queen's Jubilee, of course they would come back. And each and every time you guys said, no, you're wrong, she wouldn't dare. You think that she will dare miss the coronation of the king? A historical event? Do you think that she doesn't want her name, Meghan Markle, in there? She loves it. Meghan Markle is addicted to attention. She's addicted to chaos. She's addicted to ditching people. This is a woman who's absolutely, the term is psychotic when it comes to relations. She does not feel any relations, any love, nothing. I don't even believe she loves her children. I really don't. I think that she sees them as a means to an end. And you will see that when Meghan Markle popularity and that even the most outrageous things, because, at some point they're going to have to run out of material against the royal family. But of course, unless King Charles keeps giving them material, because King Charles is giving them material. Okay. And by the way, the palace already knows if they're going to attend or not, because whenever those invitations are out, you do have an RSVP. You have to respond by a certain time. Okay. So the palace and Harry and Meghan know. And they're making arrangements for it, which is why Harry is allowed to stay until after the coronation. Okay, so I don't, they know. They know. Meghan Markle knows. Gayle King is going to be there. Oprah is going to be there. Everybody wants to be there because it's a historic occasion. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand why people are still wondering about. So, and King Charles will keep giving them material to be attached to the royal family. But when that material is no longer effective about getting ratings and Meghan Markle is too vilified, she will reach out to Mr. Markle and the Markle family. She might pull the black family out first, although she's very embarrassed about that family. She's embarrassed about that family, but she will pull them out one by one, because right now the only people that she's talking to is her biracial mother and her very white niece, whose mother is suing her. So when everything else in the royal family is no longer relevant, she's going to pull out the black people, and then she's going to do the big reunion with her father, when she will walk and say, "I forgive you, Daddy. I forgive you. I forgive you, Daddy." And Mr. Markle will be there all disabled crying, because he will lend himself to do that. So that day will come. I mean, what do you guys think? I feel bad for Mr. Markle, but he will do it. He will lend himself for it because he's that blinded by Meghan Markle. "I forgive you, Daddy," instead of him saying, "I forgive you, Meghan Markle," because she will never, ever ask for forgiveness. Look how Harry's asking for the family to apologize to him for him degrading, defaming, trashing, and lying. And what is the army waiting for to strip him of all the titles, of all of the medals or whatever, the thing that he got? Because what he's done, saying that the army goes and is a predator looking for very vulnerable people to enlist, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Let me know your thoughts.